Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Me and Talina, and today's Siman is Siman Kuf Mem, Hilchos Kriya Sefer Torah. There's an interesting machlokas in the first halacha of this Siman. Someone's reading the Torah, he made the bracha, he started reading the Torah, even he just made the bracha, and then Nishtatik, he was silent. Either he had to leave, he got a heart attack, the Ola, or maybe even the Shtech Sibur, they're not able to proceed. Right? So he started reading Kriyas Torah. He's 3 psukim in, let's say, or 2 psukim in, whatever. And then they have to call somebody else up to the Sefer Torah to replace him. Someone has to have the Aliyah. So do you make a new bracha, and where do you start from? So the halacha, the Shulchan Aruch says, is that you go back to the beginning of the Aliyah. The person who replaces it makes a new bracha, and you start again. It's like a new Aliyah. The reason being is that you can't rely on the bracha of the first person because his bracha will be for the beginning of the Kriyas Torah, and then your bracha will be for the end. You need to have a bracha in the beginning and a bracha at the end by the same person. You can't rely on his bracha. He's not here anymore, right? So therefore, you have to go back to the beginning of the Aliyah and make a new bracha. And so again, the Rambam says, the Shulchan Aruch quotes the Rambam, Lo yivarach b'tchila. You don't have to make a new bracha. And presumably, according to the Rambam, you just start where the guy left off because you could rely on his bracha. Now, the Mishnah Berurah notes we don't paskin like the Rambam. Ikar Gidei Rishona, that you don't make that you have to go back and make a new bracha. Now, this really is a machlokes about savik brachos over here. So, in order for the Mishnah Berurah to say the ikar kedei rishon, he's basically siding and saying he's taking a stance and saying it's not savik brachos lahakel. You can make a new bracha, right? Which might be a bracha levatal. It must be the halacha is really clearly like the first opinion. I don't know if I agree with this. I think I side with the Rambam over here because I mentioned that according to the way I understand it and the psak I got from halacha is that Kriyas Torah is part of Kriyas. It's a chiyuv on the tzibur, on the entire congregation. It's not a chiyuv on the yachid, on the individual. So it's a chiyuv on the whole tzibur. So if anyone from the tzibur made a bracha in the beginning, so I'm also part of the tzibur. I can rely on his bracha, and I'll finish it off. I'll make my bracha at the end. There's 2 people from the tzibur. One person made the bracha at the beginning. One person made the bracha at the end. That's okay. If it's a chiyuv on the yachid, every aliyah, then I understand that you have to make a bracha at the beginning and the end. And not only that, but it used to be the minhag was that they only made 2 brachas. The first ola made the bracha rishona, and the last ola was a different person because he was Kohen Levi Yisrael. Yisrael is the third person. He would make the bracha afterwards. How could that be, right? How could that be? The person who made the bracha before and not made the bracha afterwards, that's the original takana. That's the original halacha. That's Meker Adin. It's just Xera Mishum Echasim Ayotzin that everyone Ola makes his own brachas. But Meker Adin, you can rely on one person making the bracha Rishon, the other person making the bracha Achrona. So if that's true, you see it's a chiyuv on the tzibur, and from that halacha, it's clear that one person can make a bracha in the beginning, one person can make a bracha at the end. So if a person can't finish his aliyah and he has to leave, so I think the other person should just take the aliyah, continue Kriyas Torah from where you are, make the bracha afterwards, because again it's a chiyuv on the tzibur, and 2 people could be mitzdarif, one person making the bracha achrona, one person making the bracha achrona. It has to be at least a suffix. It's talking about a hakel. So I think the halacha, correct halacha, like the Rambam, just pick it up where you left off. Don't make another bracha. That's my opinion. But again, I'm not a rabbi, so that's what you got. If you do call me a rabbi, then I'm the rebel. Rabban Sion Lang, and you're not gonna like what I have to say. So just don't consider me a rabbi, and then you want any problems with what I say. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.